What up guys, Frazier here for Complex News. As issues and public disputes plagued the Star Wars spin-off Solo, it quickly became clear that Donald Glover, co-starring as Han Solo's BFF Lando Calrissian, would not only be the film's MVP, but also the only person in the production truly walking away from this with a win-win. We always knew he'd be a scene stealer, and that was before reports leaked indicating young Han himself, Alden Ehrenreich, needed a whole-ass acting coach. But as report after report spelled doom for the quality of this movie, the situation grew to become one in which Donald stood to benefit the most. Even if the movie actually is bad, he'd still be charming in the role and bear none of the dead weight because he's not the lead. People would walk away calling the movie trash except for his contributions. Meanwhile, appearing in a Star Wars movie furthers his Hollywood multi-hyphenate takeover and extends his personal brand. Win-win. But new reports briefly suggested Donald may emerge from this mess even stronger than we all thought. A translation error from an interview Lucasfilm head honcho Kathleen Kennedy conducted with Premiere France at Solo's Cannes premiere led the publication to believe Kennedy was confirming a Lando movie would be the next in the Star Wars spin-off pipeline. The translation was, "We think the next spin-off will be dedicated to Lando Calrissian. Of course, there are still many stories to tell about Han and Chewbacca, but Lando will be next." Almost immediately after that story broke though, Lucasfilm called Premiere and clarified that the statement was, "We would love to tell a story about Lando Calrissian one day, but it's not relevant. It would be fun to tell the story of Han and Chewie." Weird error, but both sides make sense. Donald Glover's white hot right now, so of course Lucasfilm would want to capitalize on that and lock him into more movies if he's down. But also, Glover's busy conquering so many different things at once, he doesn't really come off as someone willing to tie himself down with franchise responsibilities. Not to mention, it'd be weird for Lucasfilm to go from Solo to Lando without exploring other corners of the Star Wars universe first that fans are clamoring for, like Boba Fett or Jabba the Hutt spin-offs. Also, think about how much Solo delayed a season of Atlanta and consider Donald was just a co-star in that. If he was leading his own film, Due Next Up, we might not ever get an Atlanta Season 3. Elsewhere in Donald Glover news, Ryan Coogler revealed at least one of the contributions he and his brother Steven made to the Black Panther script. In the midst of Black Panther's box office blitz, Donald said that he and his brother punched up some jokes in the film, but admitted that the script was more or less in fine shape, and this was more of an opportunity to put their fingerprints on the project. With the movie finally hitting home video, we're learning even more about the film from the audio commentary. And it sounds like one of the jokes Donald contributed occurred early in the film, when T'Challa was getting ready to battle for the throne. While every tribe declined to step to him, Shuri raised her hand and said, "This course is really uncomfortable, so can we all wrap this up and go home?" That was a Glover inclusion, according to Coogler. Now, based on the insane Deadpool script Glover leaked and this pop of humor in Black Panther, one has to imagine what a feature-length Donald script would read like, especially a comedy. Given the way things are headed for him though, we're probably not that far away from that. That's all for now, but for the latest on Donald Glover, keep it locked right here to Complex News on YouTube. For Complex News, I'm Frazier.